Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of James Bond Bitcoin Live 00138. Hashtag patience. That's the key word here, patience. If you want to really make huge, tremendous gains on your Bitcoin, you have to find new bag holders. In order to find new bag holders, you have to let the altcoins do their thing and sucker all the other people into the altcoin space. And then from there, extract all the money and then put it into Bitcoin. So it takes patience. You got to put the bait out there. Anyways, let's see what's in the notes section. This is what I'll be talking about today. Bond trading view, list of top 55 coins and tokens compared to Bitcoin percentage, and all-time high flagged for shorts. And basically, I didn't change my list of shorts today because it's pretty much very close or similar to yesterday. So I'm just going to leave it the same. I will go over the list of shorts briefly, but mostly I'm going to be talking about some news today because I got some good ones today. I think they're pretty funny, enjoyable to read, and very informative. So the first one is seven cognitive biases that are plaguing the cryptocurrency industry. Do you think there's a cognitive bias in this space, let alone seven of them? I know there's definitely confirmation biased, but I didn't know there was more biased than that. So I'll go over the seven cognitive biases. All right. It might shed some light and open your eyes to this whole situation. Next is Litecoin's founder sells all his Bitcoin. I'm sorry, he sells all his Litecoin. Of course, Litecoin founder would also have some Bitcoin. I don't know if Charlie Lee sold some Bitcoin, but Litecoin founder sells all his Litecoin. Charlie Lee sells his Litecoin, yes. And he did it at the best time. He sold at the top. Smart man. I'll talk about that a little bit. Should we shame Charlie Lee for basically selling the coins that he created? I don't know. I mean, he is just a regular man, and he doesn't have a job, so there is no income. The price of Litecoin has gone up. Why not? Why not? I would do the same. If I created James Bond coin and I sold at the top, I wouldn't blame myself. All right, what's next is, this is an interesting story, how a dominatrix made $1 million in cryptocurrency last year. Yes, you don't have to buy Bitcoin, all right? Or you don't even have to participate with the blockchain and give out loans like BitConnect. You can earn your cryptocurrencies by simply being a dominatrix. This is an interesting story. Do I think it's true? It does come from fortune.com. So I think there might be some truth to it. You'll be surprised how big this industry is of dominatrix on Wall Street. There are so many people out there who make so much money and have so much power that, it's almost hard to believe that there's an industry where they like to be, I don't know, bullied, beaten, shamed, whipped, taken advantage of, and they pay for it. Yeah, believe it or not. So if you want to know how to earn some Bitcoin or some cryptocurrency, or how to make a cool million, this is one example. Next in the note section is EtherDelta Hacked. How is this possible? I thought EtherDelta was a decentralized uh, exchange, right? I mean, I thought it was something like you don't need to be licensed. You don't have to be regulated. You could. It's what is this immutable? I thought it was immutable, and also code is law, but apparently not. EtherDelta hacked. It seems like some people have lost some money too. So even EtherDelta is not even safe. It never really was. So I'll talk about that a little bit. And then finally, or not finally, second to last, Bitcoin Jesus says investors should be ready in case Bitcoin falls out of favor. Wow. Well, which Bitcoin is he talking about? Because according to Roger Ver, Bitcoin Cash is the real Bitcoin. So is he talking about Bitcoin Cash falling out of favor? Or is he talking about Bitcoin like the real Bitcoin? I don't know. I'll go over that article. We'll find out which Bitcoin he's talking about. Because apparently Bitcoin Cash is the real Bitcoin to him. So is he talking about the Bitcoin that he owns that made him a millionaire, or is he talking about the Bitcoin that he's trying to convince everybody else that is the real Bitcoin? I don't know. We'll go over the article. We'll find out. And then finally, last but not least, apparently there is a new fork of Bitcoin. Now, this was shared to me by Qbro, and it's called Bitcoin Faith. Yes, Bitcoin Faith. I think block height 500,000. And I don't know if we're close to 500,000 or not, but another potential fork. So I guess I added this in the top of the notes section. Eventually, it'll be added to the other notes section with all the fake fork, joke forks, meme forks, already forked, and potential hard forked area. All right. Next is, of course, I'm going to share with you Coinspectator, real-time cryptocurrency news aggregator. aggregator. And then Crypto Panic is a news aggregator platform indicating impact on price and markets for traders and cryptocurrency enthusiasts. Let me just go over it real quick. I've been getting a lot of the news sources from those two news aggregators. So let me see if there's any more news stories, just to give you an idea what's going on. Let's look at coinspectator.com first. So looking here, Bitcoin to hit $50,000, $1 million bid placed on cryptocurrency surge to huge record. This is coming from express.co.uk. This was 19 minutes ago. Bitcoin as money? Here's a roadmap for how it will happen. In livemint.com, this was also 19 minutes ago. Is Bitcoin in a bear market when it's still up 16,000% for the year? This is from bloomberg.com 42 minutes ago. What else is? North Korea is suspect in hack of Seoul Bitcoin exchange. This is from bloomberg.com 42 minutes ago. Let me see. Bitcoin Cash corrects lower after record surge as Coinbase investigation weighs. This is coming from hacked.com. This came in an hour ago. Bankers don't care if Bitcoin is a bubble as long as there's money to be made. This is coming from scmp.com, also an hour ago. Let's see what else. The Philippine Central Bank considers regulation standards for Bitcoin. 1 hour ago. This comes from Bitcoin.com. And then let me see what else. Report: South Korea investigating North Korea in Bitcoin hack. This is coming from TheStreet.com 1 hour ago. Coinbase launches probe into potential Bitcoin Cash insider trading. SiliconAngel.com. This came in an hour ago. Let's see what else. Early Bitcoin investor says Bitcoin could drop 50% before going higher. Cointelegraph.com 1 hour ago. Let me see. Online brokerage E-Trade is now letting its customers trade CBOE Bitcoin futures. This is coming from Fortune.com 2 hours ago. NYSE files to bring Bitcoin ETF closer to reality. This is from Cointelegraph. Dash soars past 1,500 as market warms to big blocks. Cointelegraph 2 hours ago. Let me see here. So let me see if I can find anything else of interesting. No, that's kind of about it. That's the last 3 hours. So that's coming from Coinspectator. Let's see crypto panic. Let's see what, let me refresh this real quick. And let's see what news feeds crypto panic is coming in. Ethereum price tops $900 on CEX, possible haven for investors. This is coming from Bitcoinist 11 minutes ago. Let me see, 16 minutes ago, Dash and Monero hodlers joins the Millionaires Boy Club. This is coming from newsbtc.com. Has one negative to it. 21 minutes ago, prediction for Friday's exchange announcement. This is regarding Tron or Tronix. Has one positive and one important. 21 minutes ago, we pumping again, Tronix. This is coming from from Reddit, Tronix, with one positive on it. 26 minutes, Bitcoin Cash should go lower. CryptoPost.com has two negative and one positive. 30 minutes ago, this was fed into crypto panic. We seem to be going straight up at the moment. Ripple, this is coming from the Reddit from Ripple, two positives about Ripple. The problem with Ver's position are Bitcoin markets. This is coming from Reddit again. Has two importance on it. 34 minutes ago, Bitcoin Cash price technical analysis. Buyers in control. Looks like BTC News, BTC.com, with one negative on it. Let me see. A great 20-minute video on Stellar Consensus Protocol. This is 35 minutes ago. This is coming from, looks like a Twitter, stellar.org or stellar.org. Let me see. Forbes. 41 minutes ago, Forbes. The bear case for XRP. Writer doesn't understand XRP. This is coming from Ripple from Reddit. 3 positive, 3 important. Interesting. So you kind of get an idea. I mean, crypto panic has, I think, a lot more of the altcoins in it. Let me see if I could find another one interesting. Well, the link's in the notes in the description. Go ahead and check it out. So if you are into the cryptocurrency space, you really want to stay up to date on news. And if you're wondering why some of these altcoins are going up, well, probably because it's mostly hype and mostly news related, social engineering. Okay, so let me continue on here. That was fun to read. That's just recent. So check out the news aggregators. I've been enjoying and using the two aggregators. They're at least you get a lot of sources of information, and other than your typical cryptocurrency news websites. Let me see. Okay, so next in the notes that's been partitioned off, I finally got the part where all the potential forks, joke forks, meme forks, real forks, fake forks. I start off with "It's time to stop," a link to "It's time to stop" meme, because it is really time to stop with these hard forks. Bitcoin Uranium still has some time for some gullible fool to pick that up. Although I think it's safe to say that, you know, there seems to be like a weird hard fork coming from China. The knockoffs are just going to be coming and coming and coming. And the weird part is it's making me richer if you have Bitcoin. If you don't have any Bitcoin, then you missed out. Now, you have to weigh in the risk, because you could get scammed out of your real Bitcoins for potential, you know, 1 to 2% value of your real Bitcoins. So if you take the lessons from Bitcoin Gold, you know, is it really worth it? I would definitely wait, because it takes patience. All right. How do you become rich? Well, simply just wait. If you're a Bitcoin hodler, you just wait, and you let the stupid money go into the altcoins, right? You let the stupid money go into the altcoins and Bitcoin Cash and all these other stuff, and you let them celebrate. You gotta, you know, I'm not jealous of altcoins going up right now, and altcoins are doing well, very, very well right now. And I'm happy, because I know that when altcoins do well, eventually all the stupid money is going to be sucked out of the altcoins, and it's going to be going right into Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's probably going to have a tremendous surge. Like when I hear Roger Ver talk about how, you know, Bitcoin may fall out of favor, and you see the pumping of Bitcoin Cash, and, you know, all the news, and the way it's just socially engineered, and the timing and everything, it just seems, you know, ripe. It really seems ripe. It sounds more like a poop and scoop. You know, they're putting out their really bad news scenarios of Bitcoin to essentially drive down the price of Bitcoin. And you know what? Amazingly, Bitcoin has gone down in price. If you consider 16,000 or 17,000, you know, down in price, I don't understand how Bitcoin could be down when it's gone for the year 16,000% up. But anyways, I think it's a poop and scoop. If you're lucky to pick up some Bitcoins at 15,000, wow, congratulations, you did good. So let me see okay, so what is there? Bitcoin Uranium, Bitcoin Cash Plus, Bitcoin Classic, Super Bitcoin, Bitcoin Diamond, BID, which I still can't find the ticker symbol anywhere, so I'm not sure how real that is. Bitcoin Diamond BCD. Let me see, Bitcoin X. So soon enough, we'll be getting some of these hard forks, and then finally, I'll eventually add Bitcoin Faith, and then there's supposedly Bitcoin God, and what else? Well, there's some other ones, but they're so obscure. I'm looking for actual hard forks, not quote-unquote airdrops where you have to register your wallet. I'm looking for hard forks. In other words, I get those coins whether I want to or not, because I own the private key, and I own like 2 million Bitcoins. That's right. I own 2 million Bitcoins. Or should I say 2 million Satoshis? I'm not sure. I'm confused these days. I don't know what to call what I have anymore. Satoshis, bits, millibits, Bitcoins. I don't know. Anyways, of course, and also a list of airdrops if you are interested in airdrops, because who doesn't like getting free money falling from the sky, right? What can go wrong with that? All right, next in the notes section that's been partitioned off, I have some useful links to different websites, SegWit charts if you're all interested in if it's getting adopted or not. It doesn't seem like it is, but who knows? Coin Codex, which is a listing platform. Live Coin Watch, another listing platform. I'll go over Live Coin Watch. Let's see what the percentage of it is in the 30 days. I bet there's a really good chance that if you have a pulse, check your wrist or check your artery around your neck. You know, if you have a pulse, there's a really good chance that 30 days ago, whatever coin you picked, you would have made money. Let me see what else. CoinGecko. I have CoinGecko is also a listing platform. BitInfo Charts, another listing platform. A little different, but it covers the major coins, okay? And then Joho Mempool statistics, I'll be going over that. I'll also be going over, I'll do the typical, go over the Bitcoin fees, the mempool of Bitcoin, and then I'll finally get to a Bitcoin chart analysis at the end of the live stream. So stick around for that. And then Salome.io, I haven't been there for a while, but if you know what it is, it's basically another listing platform that measures the social media volume of different altcoins, and it has a price as it for it as well. So it gives you the price, but also gives you the social media volume. And what I've noticed from it is the higher the social volume or the uptick in the social volume in the positive side, there's a good chance that it's being pumped or it's about to be pumped. So, you know, if you're into altcoin trading and you think you can beat the market and basically put it this way, if you think you can beat Bitcoin just being a hodler versus trading altcoins, go ahead. You know, give it a try. Worst case scenario, well, you lose 70% of your Bitcoin value and you make me rich and all the other Bitcoin hodlers rich. So there's that. And then transaction accelerator, if you need it, you might need it. You know, it's kind of, the mempool's kind of getting high. So if your transaction's stuck, it's a tool. If it works, go ahead, use it. And then I have Bitcoin Cash, hash rate, historical chart, 6 months, if you want to compare between the two blockchains that compete for the same mining algorithm. So far, Bitcoin is, as far as hashing rate, has beaten the crap out of Bitcoin Cash. It's also beaten the crap out of transaction volume. I mean, literally the only thing that Bitcoin Cash has is basically the medium fee or the average fee. And that's because, first of all, Bitcoin Cash is a lower value than Bitcoin. Second, hardly anybody uses Bitcoin Cash for transactions. So unless it can reach like 100 to 200 to 300, a million transactions in a day, you know, there's no comparison. And if it does reach 100 transactions, a million transactions a day, the fees will go up the same. All right, it will go up. If you look at Ethereum, their fees have gone up. All right, their fees have gone up. What they do is they change the gas limit, I guess, and thus increasing the fee. So all these cryptocurrencies that actually run on actual blockchains, they will all have the same problem as Bitcoin. They will. All right, there's no way around it. The reason why they don't have this problem is because no one's using their blockchain. All right, check out BitInfo charts and you know, compare the different, you know, transaction volumes on their blockchain, and you'll see that really, you know, most of these blockchains are not getting used. All right, the only time they're getting used is on these exchanges. All right, on these exchanges, and that's all for speculation. No practical use. And on top of that, they're even more useless, or they become useless once you leave the exchanges. They have no value. Their value is zero. All right, so let me go on here. So next in the notes section, partitioned off, I have, can Bitcoin be replaced via multiple hard forks? James Bond interview, Crush the Street, published November 9th, interview November 7th. Check it out. I say some interesting things. Maybe it's going to help you think about stuff that you haven't thought about. Maybe not. Let me see what else. Collecting your free Bitcoin gold coins with Coinami. Hopefully by now you're proficient enough to use the Coinami wallet to split your Bitcoin gold by now, please. And if you're new, I understand. That's why I put it there. I also made a video how to split Bitcoin gold BTG01. I made a video how to split your Bitcoin gold using Coinami wallet. If you don't have an Android to download Coinami wallet, you can use their mnemonic code converter. It's a recovery phrase tool. Basically, you can take any mnemonic seed from your whatever ledger, your Trezor, from your other wallets, from your Exodus, whatever, and then import them using this recovery phrase tool. And then just select the coin that you want. It would be Bitcoin Gold if you're trying to split your Bitcoin Gold. And then boom, you got your address all populated. You still need a wallet, right? You still need a BTG wallet. Hopefully the BTG wallet won't steal your Bitcoins, but there you go. It's also useful for generating new wallets, by the way. Hint, hint. Also, I have a link to Bitcoin Gold. Just be careful when you go to the website. You never know, it might have some malware or virus and also steal your Bitcoins if it hasn't already stolen your Bitcoins. All right, and then finally in the note section that's been partitioned off, next underneath that, if you've been watching my video or anybody else's video in the cryptocurrencies YouTube space, and you've seen an ad for BitConnect, usually by this scammer he goes by the name Craig Grant, or his mistress Juliana, trying to like convince you that BitConnect is going to make more money than Bitcoin, which it has not. It has not. Matter of fact, people who invested into BitConnect, all right, have missed out 16,000% since the beginning of the year. All right, they missed out 16,000% increase. All right, at the peak it was was it 16,000? No, and at the peak it was 20,000% increase. So the beginning of this year, 2017, Bitcoin was about $1,000, $1,000 more or less. The all-time high is very close to 20,000. So that's 20,000% increase. Now, has BitConnect really increased that much? I guess you could say it has. But the problem with BitConnect is it's useless. All right, it's useless outside of the exchanges, which there aren't many exchanges. And on top of that, it has no use outside of the exchange. In other words, no one's going to buy your BitConnect token. It's worthless. Anyways, before you invest your money into BitConnect, you might want to read these articles. Why has ICO Index labeled BitConnect as an outright fraud? Notice regarding high-yield coins on top of BitConnect. What is BitConnect and why have we decided to distance ourselves from it? And then finally, James Bond Bitcoin Live 0017. I interviewed 3 BitConnect users. They basically describe a pyramid or a Ponzi scheme of some sorts. All of them don't know why BitConnect tokens are used in BitConnect. Pretty much, I think they kind of know that they're in a scam. Most of them will not invest. I asked them, if BitConnect's so great and you can make so much money, why don't you put your life savings into it? And they're all afraid to put their life savings into it. You know why? Because it's a scam. It's a Ponzi. They don't want to put more money into it because they know they're going to lose out. So anyways, two of them rage quit. One of them was stupid enough to let you know where you could find them. I had a fourth guest, and he was just a regular guest, no involvement in BitConnect. It was pretty obvious to him that this is a scam. BitConnect is a scam, right? Then I had special guest appearance, Ozzy the BS Filter, who, in my opinion, I think he still doesn't know if BitConnect is a scam. That's just my opinion, though. Although people have told me that he's admitted that BitConnect is a scam, but you know, at first he couldn't decide whether it was a scam. So I don't know. Either he's very stupid or he acted very stupid about BitConnect being a scam. Either way, I don't think it's very good for him. And then finally, last part in the note section that's been partitioned off. I have it's a music video. I kind of really liked it. It's a throwback, very popular song, Guns N' Roses, Patience. It takes patience, right? All you have to do is just wait, and all the stupid people will lose their money and eventually give it to you. And you don't have to do a damn thing, right? Just let all the pump and dumpers, right? Just let all the scammers do their work, stealing from each other, most likely stealing from each other and stealing from the noobs, and then have them do all the work and transfer it into Bitcoin. All you have to do is just hold on to Bitcoin, and you let all these scammers do all the work, right? And here's the funny part. The scammers who do all these pump and dumps and all that, they don't even have any Bitcoin. They don't even hold on to any of their Bitcoin, right? And they're doing all the work to making all the Bitcoin hodlers rich. That's the irony. But here's the funny part is the scammers, the altcoin traders, the pump and dumpers, they all think they're getting rich because they got fiat currency out of the deal. So they got 10% of the value of Bitcoin, right? And they gave all the Bitcoin holders 90% of the value. So thank you guys. Thank you very much. Keep doing what you're doing. All right. Next is hashtag yes2x109, which the meme you're looking at. There's a link for that. And let me see. How many candles do I have lit? I have 5 candles lit with 4 more candles to go. So there's 4 more days to go. So this is the 5th year. We're celebrating the 5th day for the 5th year of Bitcoin's history. Gee, what happened on the 5th year? Let me see here. I think on the 5th year or around the 5th year, I think Bitcoin hit about $250. Silk Road, that's back in 2000. I think that's back in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. It's been it's really been a long road. It definitely has been a long road since I've been involved in 2013, which I came in. I think that was the 5th year. So it kind of had its halvening, and then it pumped to 250 beginning early in the year. Then Silk Road was shuttered, but the price continued to go up to 1,000, over at like 1,200 around this time of the year, ironically. And what happened after that? Let me see here. Well, a lot of things happened in 2013, and I think that was the 5th year. So a lot to remember. Now we're kind of catching up to the part of history, Bitcoin history, that I remember, I lived through, I experienced. I can recount them as if they were actually yesterday. And if you've seen my channel, I documented everything. All the videos that I made, how I felt, how I understood, what was it like to be a noob? You know, what was it like to be so green and not have any not have any understanding what it's like to be a Bitcoin user, or to have an understanding of what is Bitcoin. And I have to admit, I've come a long way. I've learned a lot. And I didn't go to any conferences, right? I don't necessarily follow any particular person. I don't pay people to teach me what Bitcoin is, all right? You can learn that for free over the internet, on YouTube, even though there's a lot of junk. There's a lot of crap on YouTube. But you can learn. You have to go through a tremendous amount of poor content, right? Very poor. I call them poor content because they're poor in Bitcoin as well as poor in knowledge. But once in a while, even bad content, you can still receive good information. Once in a while, you get some good information. You just it all depends what you take away from it. But most of it is bad. Most of it is really bad. But I go through a lot of content. I read a lot of news. I read a lot of articles. I read a lot of well, I've only read a few white papers. I've definitely read the Bitcoin white paper. But mostly I just do research on my own. And I find that learning, being your own teacher has its rewards. It really does. And then most of all, the experience of using Bitcoin was probably the greatest teacher of all. So anyways, let me go in the notes section here. It's Pot of Gold. Pot of Gold is also in the notes section. There's a link to that, as well as the donational address to the Bitcoin Pot of Gold. It is a SegWit address. So there we go. Okay, let's see who's all in the live chat here. I know there's quite a bit of people. So Brian, you're first. All right, first, and dual overhead. Camness is second. I see. How you doing, Top Cat? What you got there? See no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil. All right. And then 21 Million Club. How you doing, Marty Wilkinson? Yes. You know, I know there's people that definitely hate me because I troll a lot, and I've been trolling people, and my channel probably trolls a lot of people unintentionally, I guess. I don't know what to say. Sometimes, you know, I do speak my mind, and I definitely talk about stuff that may or may not, you know, piss people off. But that's all right. I love I love the parable of, you give a man a match, he'll stay warm for the night. You set a man on fire, he'll never be cold in his life. All right, let me see here. Jacob TS, how you doing? Merch Studios, time to earn, I guess so. 21 Million Club, you say EtherDelta has the name Ether in it. I'm sure it will get hard forked. Yeah, let's hard fork EtherDelta so all those coins can go back. You know, the more and more people get hacked, the more and more people lose money. I mean, eventually, I think they're waiting for a lot of people just to, you know, get burned, so they could just do one hard fork. You know, hard fork for the parity wallet, hard fork for all the hacks, hard fork for all the mistakes that people made using Ethereum, and hard fork. Just put it all into one hard fork and say, everyone, here's your money back. There you go. All right. An Ethereum Jubilee is what we call it. Neo Geo. All right. You finally made it. DD8209. How you doing? And then this is new. Tomokig. Sorry if I butchered your name there. But how are you doing? Welcome to the live chat. Andre Barnwell, I see you. Let me see here. Brad Taylor. Live coin watch is always so much better. I agree with you, Brad Taylor. I like the live feeds. I like the 30 days that it shows, so it gives you like a longer time frame. And I like the chart that does a quarterly. Let me see who else is in the chat here. Let me see here. Boy, you guys are really chatting. Okay. Oh, Olaf Husky, how you doing? I finally see you as well. So let's go on with the rest of the show now. Thank you for everyone for being in the live chat. Go ahead, if you're watching, say hello and join the chat. It's sometimes it gets crazy out there. So let's take a look at this meme. What are we? We are on the 5th day, and the candle that was lit today, right here, that is patience. I would say patience. Having patience is a very noble virtue. That's why it's on the left side. Remember, Bitcoin is not good or bad. You can do good things, you can do bad things. And on the right side is where we do all the bad things. I wouldn't say the bad things. I would say, the right side of the candle on the moon Nora, here. Remember, I created this holiday called Happy Hanukkah, and we celebrate the first 9 years of Bitcoin existence by lighting the candles. It starts December 16th and ends on December 24th. All right. And so this is a celebration, a holiday that I created just for Bitcoiners, because Bitcoiners are the chosen people to inherit the new world for the one and only true coin, which is Bitcoin. Now, I did not co-opt this idea from another religion or from another holiday or from another group of people or from any history whatsoever. This is original. I did not steal this idea at all. No way. Not me. I would never steal someone's, religious holiday. But I love what I get. I love this candle holder, which I've affectionately call the moon Nora. The moon Nora. So there you go. Enjoy the meme. Crypto Cotter, how you doing? Welcome to the live chat. And Rotary Nation 78. Opinion on BTC and BCH. Let me see. Sorry, Tomiya is my girlfriend's login. Oh, Andre Barnwell, Tomiya. Okay. Or is it Tomika? Let me see here. Let me see if I can scroll back here and see that name. Oh, I can't see it. It's already scrolled by so fast. Yes, good evening to you, Crypto Cotter. And DJ Calv, thumbs up to you. Thank you very much. And then let me see here. DD82 says, give a man a fire and he stays warm for the night. Light him on fire and he'll be warm for the rest of his life. Yes, yeah. That's right. Or set him on fire, right? He'll never be cold again, will he? I like that too. Well, on the left side here is the patience here. And on the right side is all the things that, that needs to be done, like vengeance, right? Vengeance, greed, all the stuff that makes Bitcoin interesting is on the right side of the candle. All the virtuous things that we would like Bitcoin to be: truth, patience. What was the other one? I forgot. I don't know what it was. Anyways, it could be whatever you want it to be. Let's go on here. All right. Oh, yes. The Bitcoin pot of gold. Okay, on the left side here, the QR code with the arrow pointed to the Bitcoin pot of gold. I haven't checked it in a while. I don't know if anybody donated, but donate anyways. And I will give the 9th clue to the 9th word of the 24-word mnemonic seed. I've already given out 8 clues. I think the first first five, I think it's the first 5. I basically just, it's in the video. You have to watch the video. Yes, you have to go back. I don't know which ones. Either you were here or you weren't at the time. And then I think the 6th, 7th clue was on one episode, and they're in the video and in the notes section. And then the 8th clue was also in the notes section, but also in the video as I talked about it. So there's 8 clues already given away to the 24-word mnemonic seed. So basically, if you can figure out the 200 and some odd thousand words that is used, the English text that is used to generate the, I did a 24-word mnemonic seed, you'll be able to sweep the private key. Now keep in mind, this is a SegWit address, all right? And then the QR code on the right side is, oh, hello, my name is Craig Grant. This is my Bitcoin wallet. Welcome back. And Pisces Traits, Rule 373. Welcome back. Plex ASM, how you doing? Welcome back as well. And Julie G, how you doing? Is that is that a Playboy, a bunny rabbit that you're doing, or is that V for victory, or do you just want 2 of everything? I'm not sure. Anyways, the QR code on the right side is the encrypted private key. So if you have a SegWit wallet, you'll be able to scan that, and if you know the password, you'll be able to take all the Bitcoins, because the whole point of this is that everybody donates into the pot of gold, and then one person walks away with all the money. That's the point of this, right? Just like every other altcoin out there. Anyways, if you don't have a SegWit wallet, you probably need to use a private key decoder to get to the private key, and then use the private key with a SegWit sender, and that should be able to sweep the Bitcoins from this wallet. Good luck to you. And then the QR code down here, use a regular barcode scanner or a QR code scanner. This should take you directly to Yellow Fever for You panel. He's the one that gave me this idea, so thank you, Yellow Fever for You. And welcome, Will Campbell. How you doing? All right, so let's go on to the first article here. Oh, not the first article. Let's just go over the bond trading view. I'll go over this a little bit later. I haven't changed it. It's the same. I think there's a lot of my list, or at least half of it, probably more than 50% of what's on my list is probably in it's probably been flagged for shorting. Altcoins have gone up tremendously, which is great because it gives opportunity for altcoiners. And you got to remember, altcoiners are greedy just like anybody else. And when you see your altcoin pump and making all this tremendous money and Bitcoin, you're going to cash out. You will cash out. All right. So, this is what I would call every altcoiner's wet dream for probably most, if not all, of your altcoin going up in value. And then Bitcoin kind of going down, or kind of downtrending right now. So the amount of Bitcoin that you would receive, let me click on that. There we go. Look at the list here. Look at all the green in Bitcoin value you're going to get. Like what? Why would you not dump your bag at this point? You probably would. Anyways, this is the bond trading view. This view created by James Bond Bitcoin Live, list of top 55 coins and tokens compared to Bitcoin percentage and all-time high. I'm sorry, and flagged for shorts. So here's my list of flagged for shorts. The top is by priority, bottom by low priority, but it's pretty much half the list. Probably the same list as it was yesterday, just moved in different. They just kind of moved around. So anyway, it's there. I'll go over a few. I'll probably go over Bitcoin Cash and Dash. That's what I'll. Those are the two I'm probably going to go over because they've kind of gone up quite a bit today. So we'll go over that a little bit later. All right, so here is my first article. It's a blog. It's called ICO Alert, but I like it for its title. 7 cognitive biases that are plaguing the cryptocurrency industry. And I'll read just a little bit of it. We can be blind to the obvious, and we are also blind to our blindness. I love that quote. Who said that? Daniel Kahneman. Is that right? Kahneman? What a name. From his book, Thinking Fast and Slow. So let me read the first paragraph here. Whether you are a new cryptocurrency investor or a self-declared cryptocurrency expert, or your decisions on which cryptocurrency to purchase require you to make estimates on the future. However, with white papers, experts, opinions, and ratings, increased coverage of cryptocurrency news in mainstream media, and other things to consider, you are more likely than ever before to make poor decisions that are heavily influenced by cognitive biases. So what is a cognitive bias? Well, let's find out. So what are cognitive biased? All right, so let me see here. Let's see here. Systematic errors in thinking that affect the decision and judgment that people make. So there's one definition of a cognitive bias. Let me see what else is here. Cognitive bias cheat sheets. Cognitive biases are most likely to affect your decision when at least one of 4 problems exist. So first one, there is too much information to appropriately weigh and consider. Kind of true, you know. The context around the issue is very confusing. That happens a lot in this cryptocurrency space. Have you read some of these white papers? They're utterly written so confusingly. The point is to basically have you trust the writer or the creator of the altcoin or the project to take its word that this is something good. And what's the other one? The decision must be made quickly, and or sometimes that happens with ICOs. Like you have a limited time to invest your money into the token sale, kind of example, and also have a limited experience with the issue and topic. There's a lot of people who have very, very, very limited experience. So it's quite a bit. So here's a whole bunch of stuff. Let me see. The 7 deadly biases. Let me see. The availability heuristic. I don't know what that. The availability heuristic refers to a flawed thought process in which the more easily you remember or imagine a scenario, the higher the likelihood you assign that scenario of occurring. We kind of do that a lot. You know, we often talk about the price of Bitcoin. I do that. And some like game theory, we talk a lot about game theory, and we consider those scenarios to be likely. Like we imagine a lot of things. So yeah, I can see there's some bias in there. We do that quite a bit. What else do we do here? The anchoring bias. Okay, the anchoring bias refers to our tendency to rely too heavily on the first or a preferred piece of information offered when making a decision. There we go. The anchoring bias is particularly prevalent when numbers are involved. So yeah, we do that quite a bit. The first bit of information or the most often heard of information. So something we all perceive to be a common truth, anchoring biased. We do that quite often. Let's see what other biases we have. Oh, there's a confirmation bias, my favorite. The confirmation bias refers to our tendency to search for, disproportionately weigh, and recall evidence in a way that confirms our pre-existing beliefs. We do that quite a bit. Matter of fact, there are people who write newsletters to make sure that you have a good confirmation bias. So, hello, free Skillshare Media. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live chat. And there's some interesting videos for it as well. You know, what are some confirmation bias that we have? Like we say, when stocks go down, bonds go up. When bonds go down, stocks go up. Interest rates go down, stocks go up. Interest rates go up, stocks go down. Let me see. When the economy goes down, gold goes up. What other stuff do we say? When there's a crisis, Bitcoin goes up. I mean, we sure come up with a lot of excuses of why Bitcoin goes up. I mean, like, you know, just anything bad that happens, Bitcoin goes up. There might be a war, Bitcoin goes up. You know, there's a flood, Bitcoin goes up. There's a food crisis, Bitcoin goes up. You know, we have a lot of confirmation biases. You know. So, anyways, let's take a look here. The gambler's fallacy. Okay, there's gamblers. The gambler's fallacy is the false belief that if something happens more frequently than normal during some period, it will happen less frequently in the future, or vice versa. So in this particular example, they're talking about flipping quarters. So if you flip the quarter, it was heads 5 times. The chance of being heads the next 5 times is reduced. But the odds are still 50-50 no matter what. So there's a gambler's fallacy. And so we tend to think this way when Bitcoin goes up, for example, that the chance of Bitcoin going up even further is less, right? And obviously in the last month, literally in the last month, people who have been shorting Bitcoin have been horribly wrong. As a matter of fact, I believe a lot of those people who are shorting Bitcoin are going to be are the reason why the price of Bitcoin went up, because they were wrong and they ended up getting margin called and basically essentially bought Bitcoin. In other words, it made the people who were long richer. Let's see, what other biases? Optimism bias. Boy, we have a lot of that, don't we? The optimism bias is our tendency to believe that positive outcomes are more likely to happen for us than negative outcomes. Let me see. Hello, Mr. Bitcoin. Welcome to the live chat. So how about this? You know, what we all believe that we're smarter than the market. we all believe that you know, if we do good things will happen to us. You know, if we're heavily optimistic. Like I've seen people really be optimistic about cloud mining. All right, I've interviewed people who are optimistic, even though they've literally, I wouldn't say they haven't lost money, but they would have been a millionaire, a multimillionaire, if they actually just kept the bitcoins they had instead of investing their bitcoin into cloud mining. Right? I mean, they could have been multimillionaires or even a billionaire for the amount of money they pretty much wasted on cloud mining. Another one is, um, and you know, when I asked this person like how do they feel so far, like you missed an opportunity to make all this money, they're optimistic that everything will be okay. Everything's going to work out for them. They're almost in denial. Another one, another one is you know, investing into lending platforms. Very optimistic that they're going to become billionaires. Well, no, I think a lot of people know they'll never become a billionaire, but they seem to be optimistic that they're going to make more money than they put in, which I I think again that's denial, or either they're really stupid, or they really are ignorant and don't know. So optimistic bias. Everyone's always optimistic when it's happening to them, right? But when I think they don't see the flaw in their thinking, so it happens quite a bit. Even to me, I'm optimistic. No, actually, no, I'm not. I'm not optimistic. I, I if I'm optimistic, it must be a for sure thing for me to be optimistic about something. Let's see, the halo effect. The halo effect refers to our propensity to give a significant and disproportionate amount of attention to the positive attributes of someone or something and overlook the many negative attributes. Wow, that happens a lot. In this space, it seems to happen more often than not. I think I think I've seen a lot of stuff happen in this space. Um, Most recently in the last year, and the amount of risk that people overlook is egregious. It really is. Like the risk that some of these people are taking, like selling their house and everything to buy Bitcoin, which kind of worked out. It worked out so far. Or taking out a home mortgage loan, taking a loan on their home to buy Bitcoin. You know, things like this. They overlook the many negatives for the disproportionate little positive that they're expecting. So anyways, that is definitely true. That's a cognitive bias. Let's see what else. The overconfidence bias. The overconfidence bias refers to a person's confidence in their estimates and predictions, usually being greater than the accuracy of those judgments. That happens quite a bit. Happens quite a bit. I'll give you a prime example. Let's see. John McAfee, I think he stated that if at one point if Bitcoin goes to 10,000, he'll I don't know. He said he'll do something ridiculous, and of course that's his overconfidence bias. He never actually went through on that. I don't even know if he ever donated any money or anything. Now he's gonna eat his own penis if it goes to like 50,000. You know, overconfidence bias. I think it's more sensational, uh, you know, than anything else. What he says just to get attention more than anything else. But you know, people can be overconfident about things, overjudge. have too much confidence in their estimates and their price predictions or any other predictions. Um, I, I I may do that. I may do that. But so far, I try to keep it as real as possible. My prediction of 10,000 recently, I mean, that obviously went. Uh, Now my target price of 21,000 for the price of Bitcoin. Well, we've gotten a little bit further away from it, but there's 5 days left. Will it hit? Well, maybe, maybe not. Anyways, I set a target. The best thing we can do is hit that target. The worst thing is we can try to hit that target and miss and just end up with still even a higher price. So instead of being at 21, we went to 19. I'm okay with that. That's fine by me. All right, let's see what other biases. I get it, my brain is broken, now what? So anyways, the most important thing is to understand that you have these cognitive biased, okay? That's the important thing. And once you understand that you have these cognitive bias, and once you're able to recognize this, you could probably start seeing it everywhere, right? You'll probably see it in other YouTubers and probably the way your friend talks to you, and then you'll see it on TV when you watch CNBC Fast Money. You'll start seeing all this, and once you realize that it's all over the place, you need to step back and reevaluate and take take some time to really analyze the situation in a most objective manner as possible, and just come to your own conclusion. Now, if you're still gung-ho for everything, that's great. If you start looking at things and you realize, wow, I can't believe I thought, Bitcoin Cash was going to overtake Bitcoin, or Ethereum was going to take Bitcoin, or Dash was going to take Bitcoin, or Ripple was going to take Bitcoin, or whatever you name the altcoin that was always going to overtake Bitcoin. It's just I've heard it so many times. It's probably not going to happen, but you never know. You never know. So, anyways, let's go on to the next article. All right, this is coming from TrustNode. Litecoin's founder sells all his Litecoin. Now, this a lot of people didn't like this. A lot of people did not like this at all. Is it wrong for Charlie Lee, the creator of Litecoin, to sell his Litecoin and have no holdings whatsoever, and still be a part of Litecoin? Was it right for him to divest away from Litecoin so he can be more objective and work on, the technology? To me, it's interesting that people expect Charlie Lee to never cash out a Litecoin. Because I know the first thing that people are going to do as soon as they reach their special number with their Litecoin holdings, they're going to cash out. So is it wrong for Charlie Lee to cash out? I don't think so. He's just a regular guy who created Litecoin. All right. People try to compare. I think people want to compare Charlie Lee to like a Satoshi Nakamoto, and people want him to like forever pump and forever hold Litecoin. He's not like that, and so maybe somebody else should be pumping Litecoin instead of Charlie Lee. Charlie Lee just wants to work on Litecoin, without you know, trying to pump it or do weird things. Everybody is looking towards Charlie Lee, and you know, if you're looking for someone to pump Litecoin, then you know Charlie Lee is probably not the guy. Obviously, he's not the guy. You know, this is not the first time that the community has been disappointed in Charlie Lee, uh, in some of the things he's done publicly, and you know, talking about Litecoin. So maybe somebody else needs to, you know, go in there and pump Litecoin, okay? And Charlie Lee can step away and just kind of work on the technology. That's what he wants to do. Then good for him. If he doesn't want any Litecoin anymore, you know, sometimes being the creator is a blessing, and other times it's a curse. And so maybe this will take some burden off of his shoulder by not having any Litecoin, and so people will stop looking towards him to pump the price. All right, so he doesn't have to do that anymore. Okay, so I don't have any problem with him dumping his Litecoin, because you know he's not like a Satoshi Nakamoto figure. He's not an anonymous, mysterious figure. People know who he is. Everything he says and does affects the price. It's kind of ridiculous. Obviously, he does not want that kind of power. He just wants to work on the cool technology, and he's going to go to the foundation. Obviously, the foundation's going to help him, you know, pay the bills. So, and plus, remember he quit his job at Coinbase, so he's probably not receiving any income. The price of Litecoin's pretty high. And here's the thing: if Charlie Lee is not going to cash out at a certain number, you know that people who are invested into Litecoin are going to do it. So, you know, no one's expecting all the investors to hold until they die. So why should they expect Charlie Lee to hold until he dies? I mean, it's ridiculous. So, anyways, I don't have a problem with Charlie Lee dumping all his Litecoin or donating it to charity. I think he doesn't want that kind of exposure, or that he doesn't want that kind of limelight where everything he does and say, you know, impacts the price of Litecoin just because he created Litecoin like many years ago, 6 years ago, almost 6.5 years ago. So I think it's a good way for him to get out of the limelight. And if he doesn't want it, that's fine. He shouldn't be forced to have this kind of responsibility. If somebody wants to step up, I mean, anybody can step up and start, you know, being this leader, quote unquote, leader of Litecoin, and see how it feels to be, quote unquote, the leader. Because the problem in this space is, well, at least in Bitcoin, Bitcoiners kill their leaders. If you want to be the leader of Bitcoin, well, you're going to get killed. You're going to get assassinated. You know, in Bitcoin, being a leader is a death sentence. So I think with these other cryptocurrencies, you know, even Ethereum, it's a death sentence. Eventually, as you know, the day, you know, Ethereum, Vitalik he's kind of young, but the day he dies will be the death of Ethereum, literally. Will there be a new person to take his spot? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, if Ethereum like lasts that long, you know, there could be somebody else who will be groomed to take over for Vitalik for the Ethereum Foundation. So, you know, if you think about what Ethereum is kind of like, it's kind of like a monarch, and in some weird way, there'd be somebody else who would come up and be groomed to take over for Vitalik. I mean, it's very strange how that system's going to be set up. But ultimately, I think when Vitalik dies, and he will die. All right. But that's if the technology doesn't die before Vitalik dies. I think there's a high degree of chance that that Vitalik will probably the Ethereum will die before Vitalik dies. I think there's a high chance of that. But if it does survive, all right, you know, grooming someone to be the leader of Ethereum, kind of weird. So keep that in mind. You know, being a leader is not always, you know, a good thing, because eventually when people look up to you as a leader and things don't work out, guess what? They come after you. They will kill their leader. And that's the problem with being a leader, is you have to be a winner all the time. The one time you lose is the only time that they're going to, you know, you're going to get killed. So it's quite a pressure cooker. All right, so let's go on from there. What's next? Oh yes, how a dominatrix made 1 million in cryptocurrency last year. Wow. Okay, how a dominatrix made 1 million in cryptocurrency last year. Let's have a look here. So, what the hell is this? Let's get rid of this. Okay. So let me read the first paragraph here. A number of people have made a windfall this year in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. One of them is a dominatrix named Theodora, who estimates she earns between 7,000 and 10,000 each month in cryptocurrency. Last year, she made over 1 million in cryptocurrency alone. That's impressive. You know, that's better than BitConnect. And I think this is real. Hello, client Shebzig. How you doing? Welcome to the live chat. I think this is real. I know for a fact that there's dominatrix out in New York who caters to Wall Street clients, and it's kind of weird. They love being shamed and humiliated by the dominatrix, and they pay very, very good money for it. Very good money for it. Let me read on here. Um, it's an interesting story. Theodora is a financial dominatrix. I think there's a picture of her if I keep scrolling down. Oh, yes, there she is. So here is Theodora. Theodora's crypto slave farm. You could be Theodora's slave. Just give her a tribute of your cryptocurrency. Hello, FUD Machine. Welcome to the live chat. And it says here, new, join my crypto slave farm. Want to serve me financially, but can't afford exorbitant tributes. Cryptofortheo.com. Interesting. I'm afraid to click on it. I don't know what's going to happen. But there you go, the only Theodora. So she has a Twitter, the only Theodora. You want to check her out. If some of you are crypto rich and you would like her to have control over your finances, she will take control over your finances. Let me see. Let me see here. Theodora claims to be first to have developed a large number of crypto followers, but says she sees it as a natural progression of the field. She even has some clients mining Bitcoin for her from their homes. Wow. Isn't that interesting? So here's somebody who has found a way to earn in crypto, and you didn't have to sign up with BitConnect. You didn't have to. You didn't have to like do an ICO. You didn't have to join a Ponzi or pyramid scheme. All right. People just give her crypto to be, her slave. Isn't that wonderful? So I guess, there are people who like being slaves and enjoy it. So go figure. You think crypto would free you from slavery, but in this case, crypto makes you a slave. How you doing, Richie Rich? Welcome to the chat. Let me see here. Is there any other stories here? Nope. That's it. So there you go. Apparently, if you wanted some woman to be in the crypto space, well, you got a woman in the crypto space. Let's all welcome her and become her slaves. All right. So, here's the other one. Here's the other. So this is Twitter. This is EtherDelta's Twitter. Dear users, we have reason to believe that there have been malicious attacks that temporarily gained access to EtherDelta, EtherDelta.com DNS server. We are investigating the issue right now. In the meantime, please do not use the current site. Well, look at this first tweet right here. I got hacked. They stole from me my Mule wallet. Lost 25K. My goodness. Litecoin, not Litecoin, EtherDelta, Ethereum network is a very, very generous platform. When I, Mr. Lord Drex1, welcome to the live chat. So, I thought EtherDelta was a decentralized exchange. Apparently not. So if you had hopes for EtherDelta to dump your ICO tokens, I think that's not going to help you anymore. So much for EtherDelta. Let's see. Let me just scroll down. Let's see anybody else who got hacked here. Oh, goodness. Well, this was the first tweet. This is the tweet that kind of started the whole thing. If we go back, there is a 1 of 1 right here. 1 of 2, important. We have reason to believe that there had been malicious attacks that temporarily gained access to EtherDelta DNS server. We are investigating this issue right now. In the meantime, please do not use the current site. All right, and then let's go on to the part 2. All right, so 2 of 2, be aware the Imposers app has no chat button on the navigation bar, nor the official Twitter feed on the bottom right. It is also populated with fake order book. Wow. Let's see here. Poor Silvertooth lost over 30,000 in EtherDelta today. I don't know who Silvertooth is, but that sucks. Looks like a lot of the Ethereum holders and ICOs has been hacked here, unfortunately. That is, well, is this anybody surprised? I'm not so surprised here. Wow, this is my transaction. Seems safe. Out, 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 out. Probably not. It doesn't seem like it's safe at all. Anyways, Olaf Husky, you say NiceHash reopened? Really? NiceHash reopened after being hacked for all that? I wonder who's going to go back there and mine, lend out your mining power. That's funny. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . let me see. Client Shizbig, you say that did they get a nice hash token? Yeah, I know they were talking about doing tokens. No token, just owed balance. Okay, interesting. Nice hash just opened. Wow. Well, anybody gonna go and mine with them? Here's the thing: if you're gonna mine, you're putting money into essentially you're buying tokens. Now, whether you're buying them at a discount or whatever, um, you run the risk of joining a mining pool and having them take off with your money. My opinion, you're just better off. You're really just better off just buying the tokens. Really. But that's just me. Let me see what else is next here. All right, so finally we get to CNBC. Bitcoin Jesus says investors should be ready in case Bitcoin falls out of favor. So Roger Ver, CEO of Bitcoin.com, said on CNBC Fast Money that for years he's recommended investors not hold Bitcoin on exchanges, which can be hacked. In the article, he recommends everybody to send your Bitcoin to exchanges so you can dump it. This is ridiculous. All right, that is the most. I would say there is some huge negligence on the part of Roger Ver. He's telling people to put your Bitcoin on exchanges. That's a horrible idea. This is the guy who told everybody that Mt. Gox was solvent. This guy is a liar, people. This guy is a liar. Everything this guy says is a lie. All right. He has said some ridiculous things that turned out to be false. If he's telling you to do, at this point, I would just take everything he says and do the opposite. He's basically become a Craig Grant. You just do the opposite of what he says, and you'll probably make a lot of money. Let me see what else is. But right now, he said investors may want to keep their holdings on an exchange so they can easily transfer their funds into another digital coin in case Bitcoin falls out of popularity. Nicknamed Bitcoin Jesus, Ver is a strong supporter of Bitcoin Cash, which split off from Bitcoin on August 1st as developers debated the best way to improve transaction efficiency. So if you read the article, it's kind of interesting. Of course, he totally bashes Bitcoin. Okay, he's telling people to put all your Bitcoins on exchanges to dump. And basically, he's trying to convince you to buy Bitcoin Cash after it's being pumped right now. So it's Bitcoin Cash is it's already being pumped. I think it's already going down in value. So he needs the rest of us to help him, right? He needs the rest of us to support his business and make him rich. This is a joke. There is a video of it right here. You can probably watch it. And if you want to, he'll probably say something ridiculous like, everybody's using Bitcoin Cash, which if you look at the transactions on the blockchain, on the Bitcoin Cash blockchain, nobody's using, well, I wouldn't say nobody, but 50,000 transactions in one day is very little. It's very, very, very little. You compare that with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, 300,000 to 400,000 transactions per day. And there's a reason why there's a limit on it, because we want everyone to participate in the network, not just very expensive servers to be used. We want it to be distributed, decentralized, censorship resistant. What Roger Ver is recommending is basically to centralize the nodes. And it's already kind of, the mining's already being centralized. Now he wants the nodes to be centralized. And then next thing you know, he'll, the companies involved are going to be centralized. And next thing you know, you essentially do have PayPal in a way. So interesting. I would not recommend anything that Roger Ver says. Matter of fact, anything he says at this point, I would literally take it as a lie. I know he was lying about big blocks. The reason why it's important to use big blocks, he's using his name. He's using his influence as probably as an early adopter. He's using his influence and money that he's become very wealthy from Bitcoin. And I don't know why he's trying to destroy Bitcoin, which made him very wealthy. I think in the end, like any I don't know what to call him. I guess in the end, he's probably going to lose out. For a person who doesn't like Bitcoin, he sure has a lot of Bitcoin. And if he doesn't like Bitcoin, why doesn't he just sell all his Bitcoin, divest all his Bitcoin, and buy Bitcoin Cash? You know why he doesn't do that? And he makes a claim that, well, I want to be diversified. Why would you be diversified in a coin that you don't believe has a future? Because he's lying, right? He is a liar. Okay. And he's playing I don't know what game he's playing. Obviously, he's playing his part in pumping Bitcoin Cash. If he believes in Bitcoin Cash, he should dump the rest of his Bitcoin and buy Bitcoin Cash, pump it up to 9,000. I still have mine. If it does get up to 9,000, or if it overtakes Bitcoin, I am ready. I am ready to dump. I'm ready to dump my Bitcoin Cash, probably for cash, or maybe into Bitcoin. If I can get 1-to-1, I would literally double my Bitcoin holdings, and I would have Roger Ver to thank for doing that. Hello, Daniel Fuzzy. Good to see you in the live chat. So, anyways, this is ridiculous. I would just do the opposite. There's probably a really good chance that after the pump of Bitcoin Cash, and you notice that the Bitcoin Cash pumped right when he had his interview. Did you notice that? Matter of fact, let's take a look at Bitcoin Cash right now. Let me see here. Coin market cap. Let's have a look at Coin market cap and see where's Bitcoin Cash now. Well, Bitcoin Cash is no longer at 4,000. It's basically back what it was right here at $3,662. Bitcoin's back above 1,700 right now. So let's have a look here. Bitcoin Cash is performing against Bitcoin. Okay, so basically it pierced through 0.24 Bitcoin. So basically, Bitcoin Cash was worth 24% value of Bitcoin, and then it's fallen back down. Here, let's just take a look at the recent day here. Yeah, it's having trouble. Well, no, never mind. It pierced through 25%, and you see now it's going back down. So it probably most likely peaked at value during his interview, so he can say, so he can. It's a lie. It's a show. It's a charade. It's a charade, right? Obviously, if you've been in this space long enough, you could see right through that. And again, what's probably going to happen is, let me refresh this. This is probably what's going to happen, because this is what happened last time. The price of Bitcoin Cash spiked up. You could probably see it in the chart. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here's the spike last time, right here. So when this happened, Bitcoin crashed down to 5,000 after going up to 7,000. It crashed down to 5,000. Bitcoin Cash went up to almost 2,500. It actually, at one point, it was, you can get 0.5 Bitcoin from your Bitcoin Cash. That was on BitThumb. BitThumb went through the roof. It actually, BitThumb crashed eventually. And so there, you might have gotten there was a chance you might have gotten 0.5 Bitcoin for your Bitcoin Cash. But since then, Bitcoin went from 5,000 to 19,000. I think that's going to happen again, where we've got a quote-unquote crash of Bitcoin. Roger Ver is the poop and scoop. He's the one that gives out bad news for Bitcoin, so people can buy Bitcoin at a cheaper price. So Roger is literally the poop, and there's somebody out there who is scooping up, the cheap Bitcoins, and then as soon as that happens, the price a Bitcoin will essentially just go up higher. So at this point, it may, let me see, 5,000 to almost 20,000. That is a 4 times increase. So let's see what the price would be. If the price goes down to 16 and then goes up 4 times, let me see, 4 times 16, what is that? I have to get out my calculator and figure out what that is. 4 times 16,000. That's $64,000. So if this repeats again, if history repeats, which often history does, let me see, 16 times 4, or actually, I'm sorry, it went to 15,000. Let's just say 15,000 times 4. 60,000. Okay, let's say 60,000. So basically, after this pump dies, this Bitcoin Cash pump and all these altcoin pumps start dying off, Bitcoin will go to 60,000 if history repeats itself. So, anyways, let's go on to the final story here. All right, I got a new coin here. QBro was nice enough to send me a link. Thank you, QBro. Really appreciate it. So is everybody ready for Bitcoin faith? Because you got to have faith for this one to come true. Depending how much faith you have in this project is going to determine whether you're going to get these 4 coins or not. So let's just read. And excuse me for the broken English. It's not me. It's actually the website. It's not just a experiment. We have 5,000 Bitcoins at the height of the block. And the new chain has large block support. And to improve the consensus mechanism, the future will promote the development of the Bitcoin network into a built-in intelligent contract. issuing issuing bank capital and establishing application on the chain. That's what BTF means. Bitcoin faith. Okay, so privacy, built-in intelligent contract, high capacity. Wow, sounds familiar. What are the features? Large block, lightning network, zero knowledge proof, built-in intelligent contract. Wow, this seems like it has it all. And it's Chinese up here. So obviously I think this is a Chinese induced project. It's another Chinese knockoff. So look at the roadmap here. Let's see, 2012, I'm sorry, 2017, December 19th, which was yesterday. So you probably should have had this coin. Looks like it did already fork. So this is another forked coin. And let's see, 2018, 3/31, the first application development online, on the line. 2018, 6/30, online intelligent contract, increased difficulty of BTC. 2018, 9/30, online zero knowledge proof. 2019, 1/31, remove dynamic checkpoint protection. Okay, well, at least they have a roadmap. Let's have a look at the team. Zhou Zhang, Ming Li, Vic Wan, Fiyang Rin, Hu Yang Zhu, Ziyu Sun. Okay, well, I'm not trying to be racist or anything, or I'm not trying to racially profile, but I'm pretty sure these people are Chinese. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure these people are Chinese. So let's see, what is BTF? Oh my goodness, this is long to read. What is the total amount of BTF? It will be 21 million. The Bitcoin Faith reserves 1%. So they're going to take 1%. I don't know how they're going to do it, through mining or through pre-mining. So 1%, that's 210,000 Bitcoin Faith coins. The use of pre-dug BTF. I love this. The use of pre-dug BTF. I think they mean pre-mine. So I'm assuming they're talking about a pre-mine here. It is used to maintain BTF and community development project development and promotion. A coin of value and practicality. Okay. It's like they got some Twitter and whatever. I don't even know what some of this is. Let's check it out. Let's check out their Twitter at least. See if they have anything. I'm not sure if Bitcoin God is confirmed, but you know, you got to have faith first and then Bitcoin God. I hope you like that one, Mr. Lord Drex 1. Anyways. Hey, Crypto Cotter, am I late? Am I too late? Did I trigger racism in you? Oh goodness. So let's see here. Here's some support exchanges, your typical Chinese exchange. The only thing I recognize is Hobu and OK Exchange. All the other ones I don't even know. I have no idea what the symbols are for. I can't read Chinese, so I don't even know. And then wallets, these kind of look like Super Bitcoin wallet You know, it looks like a template is just super Bitcoin for the most part. Media and community. So a lot of Chinese in here. Uh, maybe not. Maybe it's something else, but I'm pretty sure it's Chinese. Uh, so there you go. Interesting. Interesting. So everyone, have faith. All right. First, you must have faith. Then, Bitcoin God. Oh goodness. Oh, let me see what the Twitter says here. Is there a Twitter? Okay. Here's their Twitter. It's in Chinese. They just started it in December, and they have 6 photos. Here's one, which I can't read. Here's, let me see, BTF fork of Bitcoin blockchain at block 500,000, which has successfully finished forking, I'm assuming yesterday, to 36 a.m., 19th December 2017 Beijing time. Okay, so it's already hard fork. So everyone should have these coins if it ever goes main, if it ever has a main net, which I'm still waiting for Bitcoin Diamond to have its main net. Okay, so they are kind of active. I'm gonna say these people have excluded the rest of the world because everything is in like Chinese, or most of everything, and I can't read Chinese, so I feel kind of left out on this. I don't know about you guys, but I feel left out. I demand they include the rest of the world, not just Chinese. Anyways, let's close some of these things. These things are getting ridiculous here. I mean, and keep the coin market cap. Let's get rid of EtherDelta and the Dominatrix. I don't know. Let's keep the Dominatrix. I like the Dominatrix. Don't you want to be dominated? Don't you want someone to like bend you over and screw you for your cryptocurrencies? I think that's already going on right now. At least you could, it could be done by someone who's at least a woman and moderately kind of good looking, although she's kind of heavy on the makeup in my opinion. And it looks like she has like, I don't know what that is. Is that a mole right there? I'm not. Let me. Can I click on this? Get a bigger picture. Actually, I wanna check out her picture here. Looks like she had a mole. Well, actually, this picture is not too bad. Looks, not too bad. Wouldn't you want to be dominated by her? Now, in the picture, it looks like she has a little mole on the right side of her lip. Is that me? No, that's not the screen. That's a little mole. So she has a little Cindy Crawford. It looks like there's a little mole right here too on her chest. But oh, not bad. Yeah, when I don't mind giving her. I don't mind giving her some of my crypto. Would you? Hey TK, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. I bet you John McAfee probably already here a couple times a week. The own Theodora. All right, well, all right, nice picture. All right, well, let's say goodbye to you. I'll leave you out. Let me see. All right, so let's see here. What are we going to go over? We're going to go over the mempool. We'll leave her. We'll leave her. I'll leave her right there. There you go. Let's go over the mempool real quick. Let me see. Joho's mempool statistics. Yep, that's it. Wow, the fees are getting high, ridiculously high. Right now, you have to be like 7,000, not 7,000, 700 satoshis per byte to probably get your blocks in the mempool right now. So wow, there's over 200,000 transactions in the mempool. Obviously, I think I'm not sure if this is an attack or if there really is that many transactions in the mempool. So I guess if you're a hodler, this is not a big deal. You just wait it out. Otherwise, you just you know, pay the fee. What can I say? Unless you're on exchange, you can probably buy some altcoin and have somebody go on exchange. Like the problem is, you know, what Roger Ver is asking is for you to be on an exchange. So dump your Bitcoin, buy an altcoin, and then send your altcoin to somebody else on a different exchange, and then buy Bitcoin. And you know, it's like he's leading you down the road to centralization. That's what Roger Ver is really doing. So it's kind of disappointing for, you know, to see someone like him, who supposedly people think he represents Bitcoin, to lead everybody down the path to destruction, the path to hell. And you know, I've said many times, there will come a time where you will all be deceived, where you will all be led astray, and then finally you will be killed for your Bitcoin. A shame. Anyways, there's the transaction fee where you need to be at if you want to be in the next block, is at 700 satoshis per byte. Unfortunately, ouch, that's gotta hurt. Let me see here. Here's let's go to trade block. Let's see what's going on. Okay, trade block has it almost at 70,000 transactions in the mempool. As you can see right here, 70,000 transactions in the mempool. And then also you can see that it's gone up again. The transactions have gone up. This is a graph of 7 days. Here are the fees per byte that they're adding into the blockchain here. You can see like 900 satoshis, 1,000 satoshis, 800, 1,000 satoshis per byte, 800 satoshis per byte, 100, 120, 7, almost 800, 900, 900, 900, 620, 1,000. So wow, you're probably looking at current prices. You're probably looking at $30 to $40 per transaction. So that it's getting kind of high. Ouch. Oh goodness. Julie G, you say that was a little depressing. Maybe you need a little more Bitcoin faith. Ha ha ha. Very funny. The puns keep coming. With all these forex, man, I mean, you gotta have a sense of humor, I guess. All right, let's go to let me see. Let's finally go do a chart analysis, shall we? Let's see here. Bitcoin wisdom. All right. Let's have a look at where we are. I'm on Bitstamp on a 1 hour, and the current price is 16,900. Kind of changed, right? Well, yeah, 16,900. We're moving back up slowly but surely. Have patience, people. Let all the stupid money work its way to you. That's what I have to say. Got the lines up wrong. I'm just making a simple line. I'm going to make several lines here, just to give you an idea of where things might start going here. So we got several lines here. Now I'm drawing several lines because it looks like you're seeing the price kind of start. You know, we have two lines here. This is what I would call the overall, the descending trend line here. This is kind of really the important one that I think we should keep an eye on. And then we have this shorter term. Price is driven. You'll see the price just go down further in a sharp angle going down. And this is probably the one we need to watch to break. Another one is, even though it's only on an hour, we should watch the hourly, the moving average. So right now it's bouncing in between the two moving averages on the hourly. I think one's a 10-period moving average, and the other one's like a 20 or 25-period moving average. So we should probably look at this, and this is around 17. Probably 1700. I mean 17,100 right now. And so as you're getting closer and closer to this line, if it does break up higher, it'll hit this line here, 18,500. But the problem is, as these lines are moving, Crypto Cotter, George Michaels has a song for me. Yes, you got to have faith. George Michaels died, by the way. I think George Michael is dead. Another note, George Michael was also gay, and even though he had a partner, a boyfriend, quote unquote, he regularly had sex out in the park. Like that was the thing back, I guess back in 80s and 90s, is gay men would have sex with complete strangers, with other gay men out in the park, and literally have sex in the park. What movie kind of made fun of that? There was a movie called Something About Stella. Was it Something About Stella? It was a. Let me take a look at. Let me take a look at this. That it's on my mind, so I gotta like. Ben Stiller. It's a Ben Stiller movie. Ben Stiller movies. Okay. I think it's called Something About Stella. Let me see. What was it called? Zoolander. There's Something About Mary. That's right. It was called Something About Mary. I don't know if you all saw that. I'll click on this. Something About Mary. Yeah, here it is. Something About Mary. Let's take a look a little bit more on the image side. Yeah, so in the movie Something About Mary, there was a scene where I think he was trying to get a ride somewhere, and he I think he hitched a ride with like a serial killer, and he was inadvertently helping this guy dump a body in the park, and then the police come by, and then you saw all these men pop out of nowhere running around. That was the joke about gay men having sex out in the park at the scene right there in There's Something About Mary. So, oh gosh, that was hilarious. Anyway, sorry, got off on a tangent, but hilarious movie, hilarious movies. Oh god, brings me back memories. Anyways, let's go here. Zoom in or zoom out? Well, there's me zooming out. So that's what it looks like. If you want to know what this is 12,000. When was this? This was December 9th. So that was earlier in December. It was 12,000. Wow. That was only the beginning of this month. That was only a couple of weeks. It was $12,000. And then recently it's up to 19,666. 12,000 right here. So we're at $16,932, and people are worried that we're in a crash. Kind of hilarious. Anyways, this as I zoom out, let's take a look at the 12-hour. Olaf Haskey says these forks are just so Bitcoin can get any value out of it without moving stolen Bitcoins. You know, I've thought about that. You know, doing a hard fork, coins that are basically untainted in a lot of ways. And yes, I guess you're right. In some ways, it could be a way for you to profit off of stolen Bitcoins if you have possession of the keys. So look at the 12-hour. If you look at the 12-hour, I mean, here's the thing. On the lower left and ends up on the upper right. That's bullish. Let me see what's going on here. So looks like it's bouncing off this longer term average line on 12-hour. And it looks like it's making an attempt to perhaps maybe do a dead cat bounce and move up higher. Maybe it's going to push up even higher. It may actually be a springboard to go 1,000. So if you just look at this, RSI's hit 50 on the 12-hour. I've noticed, you know, the RSI hitting 50 is a good springboard to pretty much launch to a higher price. That's what I've noticed. Let me see here. Let's have a look on the 1 hour. I'm sorry, on the 1 day. The price is moving up right now, amazingly. On the 1 day, here's what we're looking at. So on the 1 day, it is below the moving average, the shorter term moving average. I would typically say that's not good. When you see that, it usually, not all the time, but you know, when I see a break below the moving average, haven't seen that in a while. This is the last time that it broke below the moving average, and it just hung around the longer term average, springing up to all-time highs. We may see something like that again, and during that time, you'll see an altcoin jubilee, which I call the altcoin jubilee. You'll see the altcoin jubilee. You'll see Bitcoin Cash go up. You'll see Dash go up. You'll see, you know, everyone. It'll be an altcoin jubilee, right? If you have any altcoins, this is your chance to get more Bitcoin, people. Okay, if you have altcoins, this is your chance to get more Bitcoin. So right here, at 14, almost at 14,000. Let me see. It's at 14,160, somewhere around there. So that might be a good area for you to have a limit order. So just something to watch out for. All right, so on the 3-day, and the 3-day is really, I think, probably the most accurate out of all as far as moving averages. The 3-day seems to really just be on the mark. And so if you look at the 3-day, is okay, so the gap is now closed. All right, the gap has touched here. It's a question of whether it's going to bounce there, or will there be another candlestick kind of gently landing on the moving average. Right now is what, right about 15,800, somewhere around there. And so if there's another candlestick that's going to be coming with this, and it'll gently land on the moving average, then there could be a bounce. There could be a bounce. And the RSI is coming back down to 70 if it bounces off of 70, because you've seen it right here as well. For the RSI on the 3-day, bounces off of the 70 line and just goes crazy. Made the all-time high. And then it's just coming back down to the 70 on the RSI again, just to make another all-time high again. Possibility right there. Worst case scenario, it could, there's the 10,000. So you can have a market order or limit order at 10,000. That'd be a pretty good deal, considering it's almost at 20,000. All right, on the 1 week, the price is still, all right, it is still way above the moving average. The spot price is way above the moving average. Let me see, where is the moving average right now? Moving average right now is at 13,400. Could there be more downside? I mean, that is a possibility. I'm still seeing a gap here, but the fact that the spot price is higher than moving average still indicates to me that it's still bullish, right? There is no crash that Roger Ver is smoking crack. All right, you know, Roger Ver wishes that Bitcoin Cash, all right, is Bitcoin. That's his wet dream. Either it's his wet dream or this is what he's been told to do, one or the other. And so, you know, like Roger Ver has really become like a sock puppet for somebody else. Like somebody has their hand up his butt. Roger Ver. I just, the more and more I start learning about Roger Ver and analyzing him and seeing what he does, and what he's saying doesn't match up with what is really going on. All right, if you look at the blockchain of both chains, they, you know, what he's saying does not match up. It is totally different. And so anybody who gives up your Bitcoin and you listen to that idiot, you're also an idiot. All right. Again, I would do the opposite. Like if the price starts crashing, I would start buying. And matter of fact, if you still have your Bitcoin Cash and it gets closer and closer to, you know, higher in value and Bitcoin relation, if it's like 25%, 50%, just keeps going up, that is your opportunity. All right, that is your opportunity to get out of Bitcoin Cash and buy more Bitcoin at a lower price. The amount of Bitcoin you can from Bitcoin Cash. And then I think Bitcoin will outperform Bitcoin Cash. It already is, and it already has. Every time Bitcoin Cash pumps, after the dump, what you'll see is Bitcoin go to all-time highs, like ridiculous all-time highs. So anybody who gives up your Bitcoin for Bitcoin Cash, an altcoin, I think you're going to regret it, because Bitcoin will outperform all other cryptocurrencies. All other cryptocurrencies. All right, it will outperform them. So, anyways, that is my chart analysis here. So I'll just close that off, and I'll go back to the meme right here. I'm not gonna let me get to this here. So I'm not gonna really get into this. The list is quite long, so I'll probably not do this. But you can check it out. It's in the notes section. But here's my meme. So have patience, everybody. Have patience. Don't be in a rush. Don't be, you know, just wait. Wait it out. Let the fools, let the idiots, let the stupid people, let them lose money. All right, let them do all the work. All you have to do is just sit back and relax, and just hodl. That's all you have to do is just. I know it sounds weird. If you want to do something, you could probably buy the dips, buy the Bitcoin. Average cost, dollar cost average. Put in limit orders or buy small amounts at a time. If you're worried about the price crashing, just don't invest too much. Just put in a little bit and a little bit and a little bit. And then when you start seeing things turn around, that's when you could probably go and do a momentum trade. As you see the momentum shift from going downwards to going back up, then you could probably start putting in more orders to buy Bitcoin as more confident you feel, and then you can probably your trades help with the momentum going, with the price going back up. And so is this a bad strategy or bad call by me? I don't know. Like for the last 6 months, all right, for the last 6 months, Bitcoin is outperforming all other cryptocurrencies, literally. And so as long as that trend is true, you have to just go with that trend, even though it looks ridiculously overbought. It looks like it's about to crash, right? Because all the FUD that's happening. And like I said, Roger Ver, he's the poop. And somebody's going to start scooping up all these cheap Bitcoins. This is a poop and scoop operation. So if you can recognize that this is a poop and scoop operation, you know how to play the markets. You should be holding and essentially buying the dip, and be patient. Let the fools lose their money, because eventually all that money is going to go right back into Bitcoin. And when it does, you're probably going to be very, very happy that you held on to your Bitcoin. I say probably because some people, maybe they get upset when they make money. Go figure. Anyways, happy Hanukkah, everyone. This is the 5th day to celebrate the 5th year of Bitcoin's existence. Eventually, we'll get up to 9 years of existence, and we'll celebrate the 9 years. Anyways, I'd like to thank everybody in the live chat. My name is Craig Grant. This is my Bitcoin wallet. You should have, if you're going to name yourself, it's my name. My name. Oh, my name is Craig Grant. This is my Bitcoin wallet. That's how it really goes. How if you've seen that video, my name. I like how he just stops there, when he does that. Oh goodness. Client Shizbig, Shebzig. Thank you for being in the chat. Olaf Hosky, it's good to see you again. Crypto Cutter, 21 Million Club. Thank you for always being in here. Mr. Lordex 1. Pisces Trait Rule 373. And R Posada 31. Welcome to the chat. Sick. I'm assuming you're talking about I'm not sure what you're talking about. Were you talking about George Michaels? Let me see here. Who else was in the chat? Julie G. Thank you for being in the chat. Merch Studios and TK. Welcome to the live chat. Hope you had fun. Plex AMS, as well as Daniel Frazi. Let's see who else was in the chat here today. Oh, you guys were really chatting up. Richie Rich, Jacob TS, Fud Machine, and that's it. That's all I can see. Anyways, like, dislike, leave a comment, or even do a video response. Until next time, everyone, stay tuned. Bye-bye.